You know that saying, like, if you can't love yourself, then how do you expect other people to love you? Something like that. Like, if you don't love yourself, how is anyone else supposed to love you? Self-love and 3 ways to love yourself. Hey, what's up you guys? It's me, Sushada. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about self-love and 3 ways to love yourself. Starting with number 1, healthy boundaries. Showing people how to treat you, how to love me, what's okay and what's not okay. Yes, it's okay to call me between the hours of 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's setting boundaries. It's not okay to make fun of me in front of our friends. That's setting boundaries. It's not okay if we're dating and we're having dinner and you start feeding another girl in front of me. That's disrespectful. It's not okay if I'm busy and you hit me up and I give you some of my time and you waste it on stupid shit that adds no value to anyone's life. It's not okay to take me for granted. It's not okay for you to date other people while you're dating me. You can't be taking up all of my time. We can set aside some me and you time, maybe an hour a week or something. It's not okay for you to come into my space and pour all this negativity and heavy drama on me. No, thank you. I do not want to go to that party on Friday night. It's okay to not go to a party if you don't want to go. It's okay to not join in an activity if you don't want to. It's okay to say no. It's okay if you need me time. It's okay to set boundaries. And people who love you should understand you. People who are worthy of your time should respect your boundaries. And if they don't understand, then F them. You don't need that in your life. You remove yourself from the situation or you just remove them. But you need to draw these healthy boundaries that protect your peace. Why are healthy boundaries important? Because you need that space to grow and go inside and balance and rejuvenate and recharge and do the things that make you you. Otherwise, if you don't have these boundaries, people are just going to come in and take and poke and drain the life out of you. And that's not self-love. That's just saying, I'm going to please everybody, I'm going to be a people pleaser, and I'm just going to say yes to everybody and drain the crap out of my own self and exhaust all of my own energy and happy vibes. Like, that's not fair. That's not self-love. So yeah, healthy boundaries. It's okay to say no, and sometimes it just feels so good to say no. And sometimes, yes, I understand where you just want to be there for everybody and you just want to do things for people. But if your cup is not full, then whatever you do for other people, it's like a weird, you're not really pouring from a full pitcher. You're like at the bottom, like trying to splash from the bottom of your cup. You can't give from an empty cup. You need to fill your cup and be overflowing. And that's the best kind of giving that can come from a person, is when you come from a place of abundance. Not like, oh my god, I'm killing myself to save you, or I'm killing myself to make you feel better. Like, it's just not the healthiest place. I mean, yeah, there's probably some situations where that's necessary. I can't think of anything right now, but worst case scenarios, right? But in most cases, you know, if you want to be there for others, like, take care of yourself. Take freaking care of yourself. Like that rule on the airlines, you know, if there's an emergency, the gas mask come down and you're with the child, you, the adult, put the gas mask on yourself first and then the child, because you need to like be breathing some fresh oxygen to take care of the child, right? If you put the mask on the child because you're like, oh my god, the child needs to get the first, you might be sacrificing your own health or your own life, and then that child might survive but will have no idea what the hell to do if you just fall flat and die right there. So again, coming from a place of abundance and a full picture of energy and ability to give. Okay? Number 2, own your story. You know, some people are so great at playing that victim role, victimizing themselves, bringing up all the shit that happened from the past, from their childhood, and blaming today on the past. I mean, that's okay. Everybody has a past. Everybody has gone through shit. Maybe not everybody talks about it, but everybody goes through hard times. It's a part of life. If somebody comes up to you, if somebody comes up to me and tells me, oh my god, I've never experienced like a hardship, you can front as much as you want, but no, everybody goes through something, okay? So, with that, you have the choice to either take that past, take whatever happened to you and turn it into a strength, turn it into a lesson, turn it into power loaded into your rocket. You can either choose to victimize yourself for the rest of your life and say, my life is like this because this happened 1 year ago, and the next year, my life is like this because this happened 2 years ago. My life is like this because this happened 3 years ago. Like, are you gonna say that until you know, you're like, oh my god, my life is like this because 50 years ago this happened to me? Like, seriously? That's somebody who chooses to hold on to the past and allow it to define you. Like, that is not self-love. That is self-victimization and blaming and not taking ownership or responsibility of your own life. Some examples of not taking responsibility and not taking ownership of your life is blaming others, blaming external situations. Like, I have to stay in this toxic relationship because they're so good to me. I don't know, stuff like that. I mean, if you have like justifications for stuff and you're okay with it, then it's okay. If you're in a situation that you're not happy with and you start coming up with all these excuses of why you're stuck in that situation, that's blaming and not taking responsibility for your life. You have a reason for everything, and nothing is you. Like, you don't look into yourself to try to analyze or think that possibly it's something within me that I could fix and change myself and change my current circumstances. Self-love is when you love yourself enough to change your circumstances. You don't like your job, you quit. You find another job, you start some side hustles, you start going back to school, you start taking online courses, you start talking to people who can give you ideas on other ways to make a living. But you don't just stay stuck in there and then blame the whole world and be mad at everybody. And then, you know, if you are healthy and you have food to eat, you have your nose, your ears, your eyes, your feet, your legs, like, there are so many people out there that don't have arms or legs, and they're making amazing things happen. What is their excuse? You know? So it's kind of tough love, but it's like, but you have to own it, because if you don't own it, you're not loving yourself enough. Then it's almost like you search for it externally from other people. And so if you don't like where you're at in life, do something about it. If you don't like your job, quit. If you don't like the relationship you're in, do something about it. Change it. Talk to the person. Look within yourself. Maybe it's something you can compromise on, or remove yourself from the situation. Owning your story and taking responsibility for your life is like taking the past, and instead of saying, oh my god, my life is like this because A, B, and C happened to me, and that's why I am like this. Or you could say, I am like this because A, B, and C happened to me, and that is why I'm like this today. I'm a wiser and smarter person from back then. You can either applaud the past because it paved you into who you are today, or you can look at it and blame your whole life on the past and live the rest of your life blaming it on the past. Nobody wants an invitation to your pity party. So, well, maybe. Other people who enjoy pity parties will love to be at your pity party. And yes, there'll be friends who want to be there for you and make you feel better, but if you continue to invite them to your pity party, it just shows you don't have enough self-love, and there's only enough that they could take before they're like, dude, if you don't fucking love yourself, like, what do you want me to do? You know, get yourself out of the pity party and into a more happier, higher vibration party, and then you could be dancing together. And the third way to love yourself is become your own cheerleader. What does that mean? You're always in your head, day to day, when you wake up, throughout the day, before you go to bed. There's that voice inside of you, the self-talk, that dialogue that goes on inside your mind all day long. What are you saying to yourself? Are you saying positive things, loving things, or are you saying crappy things? Sometimes people have negative things going on inside their mind without realizing it. The possible root of that is from your childhood. What your parents might have said to you when you were younger, what your teachers could have said to you when you were younger, other kids could have said something when you were in 5th grade or when you were 5, and it just stuck to you for the rest of your life. Like, you suck at wrapping presents. You are so bad at English. You're so bad at singing. Oh my God, you're a terrible dancer. You're a bad person. You're stupid. You are not good enough. You suck. You never do anything right. Those are programmings from the past, and it's natural. It's actually kind of common for a lot of people to replay those things because you believe it. If you hear it so much during your childhood or throughout your life, like, you believe it. And that's pretty sad and unfortunate. But if you can rise above that, you know, those voices that if you could just like punch it out and hear your own voice and you be your own biggest cheerleader, like, Sushada, oh my God, look in the mirror, like, you are amazing, girl. Like, you are gonna do so much. No matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how many times you fall, you get back up and you do it again, girl. You do it better this time. Give yourself pep talks. Say positive things to yourself, like, oh, it's okay, I didn't make it this time, I'll make it next time. You know, what are you saying to yourself after disappointments, in the sad times? Make sure you're being loving to yourself. Like, just because if you're not and you are just negative in your mind, you're gonna keep you're spinning on that lower vibration. And referencing to the law of attraction, then you're going to be manifesting negative things into your life if all you have is negative self-talk. That just goes with the whole, like, you can tell what's going on in somebody's inner world by looking at their outer world because it echoes out. One way that really helps, I learned this from Louise Hay, is imagine yourself as your younger self, like your 5-year-old self. Offer words of comfort and hope. If you saw you at age of 5, what would you say to that child? What would you say to you? It's easier for us to be loving to other people than to be loving to ourselves. So if you could take yourself out and like put yourself in front of you and just say these things. Another thing that works is look in the mirror and just seriously repeat to yourself, like, man, you're amazing. You're beautiful. You're so smart. You get through everything. Obstacles are just speed bumps. They might slow you down a bit, but you keep going. Like, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You can totally do this. Another way that helps is to kind of talk to yourself out loud. I love doing that. It kind of helps put you in this bigger picture understanding where you could almost bring your awareness higher and watch yourself. So for example, throughout the day, if I am disappointed about something, like, Sushada, it's okay, this is life, you're human, disappointments happen, it's very natural, it's okay, just try again. Sushada, it's okay you didn't do this today, like, you're fine. Sushada, it's okay that that happened, you have a good heart. Maybe whoever hurt you, they probably didn't mean to hurt you either, but you guys are at different stages in life, and it's okay. Just like feed yourself positive thoughts. You lost at something. It's okay. Maybe you weren't meant to win this time, and maybe that other person really needed it in their life, and your time will come. I guess it's more like your reaction or the way that you take things in and process them It's very important because it's all in your head. Like, it's all in your head. So you just have to be aware of that and be more loving to yourself. Just think back to when you were young. You know, put your younger self right in front of you and give yourself all those words of comfort that you need, and just mirror it back to yourself. Like, take that in. That's self-love. If you can do that for yourself, seriously, that's all you need. You're just going to manifest at a higher frequency. You're going to start noticing greater, nicer things happening in your life if you just practice staying on the higher frequency. Okay? So yeah, so self-love is just an awareness of yourself, of your life. And yeah. So those are 3 ways to love yourself. Full moon in Virgo is coming tomorrow. A great time to let go and release your old self and bring the new self into the new. If you are working on self-love, it's good to make a list maybe of all the things you carry with you, things you don't understand, the triggers in your life, and then actually do the work. Go there. Why am I the way I am? Why do I say certain things to myself? Why do certain things piss me off? Why do I believe a certain thing about myself? Is it even true? Is it even true? Or am I just believing it because it's always been said to me? Or one time it was said to me in high school and now I think like I'm like that for the rest of my life. That is work, and that is self-love. When you sit there and you look at all these things and you take responsibility for it, it's self-love. So, with that being said, I love you. You're amazing. You could do whatever you want to do. You could change your life with just one decision. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week.